there. Welcome to Motorcycles and Misfits. Coming to you from the Recycle Garage in sunny Santa Cruz, California. I sound kind of annoyed there, didn't I?
No, you did rather. I have no idea why. I mean, everyone's been very kind to you thus far today.
Actually, yes. And I was fed last night, so I'm still happy about that.
Yeah, oh, you shoveled. You shoveled.
Hey,
huge
everyone.
amount into your face, which was lovely to see.
This is Liza. And joining me in the studio today, we've got the lovely chef, Miss Emma.
Hello, darling. Yes. No, you were invited to my heist last night with a guest, and actually two guests. And we had real cottage pie, which was made with cottage components.
Which I shoved into my pie hole.
Which you shoved into your pie hole at
That's
an
what it's
alarming
for.
rate. You seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't know I could cook, did you?
No,
Anyway, so no, it was a very salubrious evening.
it was. Also joining us in the studio who were not invited to dinner. It was Neal.
Hey there, moto people.
What's up, Neal?
I was hanging pipe till late last night.
Whoa.
Is that like
yeah.
laying pipe?
What? Crack
Pretty
pipe?
much. Yeah. I was sweating joints, man. Getting the silver out.
Oh my gosh. And Jim's not here because he's playing with his grandbaby.
Oh.
But we've got an excellent stunt misfit filling in. It's Hector.
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
Hey, it's always a pleasure when you pull up.
I'm in Jim's chair. I threw a towel down. Just in
you
case.
know, I have to say, Hector, and I always want to say this anytime you show up at the garage or in the studio, it's a very, very handsome beard you're sporting. I would say that's multi-years growth, isn't it?
Yeah. My kids are 30 and 32. I don't know if they would remember what my chin looked like, but yeah, it's been a few years.
I
Okay.
just imagine it gets caught in the zipper of your jacket a lot.
It's caught in a lot of zippers, but yeah.
Do you know the proper term is hirsute? You could say Hector is hirsute.
Yes.
He's a furry.
Well, maybe
Wow.
as well. I don't
Somebody
know.
who knows all about furries
God, no.
Encountered in the wild.
all the way here from merry old England. It's Louisa Swaden.
Hello, everybody. I'm
You're-
back.
You're back.
I'm back, badder than ever.
And it's jolly old, not merry old.
You can't be merry there?
Well, no, you can, but it's jolly old. It's jolly old England.
Okay.
According to
Is
Dick
that-
Van
is that
Dyke, it is.
Another one of your Cockney slangs?
I'm not one of them.
God blimey.
God
Oh,
blimey,
blimey.
Gov.
No,
Mary
he's
Poppins.
Midlands.
Oh my
Yes.
Yes. All right. So we also have everyone's favorite ginger. It's Bagel.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, I thank you.
And how is life in Velveeta tonight? Full of cheese, no doubt.
Yes, it's chilly in the cheese country
Yes.
and chilly and damp,
Oh,
like the cheese likes it.
yes, exactly. So we'll be looking forward to black mold in your garage, no doubt.
Oh no, it's nice and dry here in my shop.
Well, of course. You probably take care of the shop more than you take care of the house, I feel.
Well, lately I've been taking more care of the house. I really need to do more in the shop, but that's what glitter's for.
Well, good. And you told me you were gardening all day today. So,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
I've been taking care of the yard duties, but while the weather's still allowing me to.
Yeah, very good. Because
Yep.
winter is coming for you, isn't it?
Oh, it's coming quick. It's coming.
So Louisa is back here for a special reason.
Yes.
Yes, we're branching out here at the Misfit Studio at
Yes.
the Recycle Garage.
Yes.
We're doing new ventures now.
Yes.
Louisa, you want to share the big news?
Yes.
Burrito
I
delivery.
will. So, Liza's been very generous and been allowing me the use of her studio here to record an audiobook, my audiobook. In fact, my
wow.
book, The Stoic Rider, which I talked to you about last time I was here.
Yeah, so we're in the audiobook biz now.
Fantastic. Well, my mum is 96 years old. and she doesn't see very well anymore. So her life is audiobooks because she was a voracious reader all her life. And audiobooks are a huge part of her life now. So I can't imagine a motorcyclist not being able to see well enough to read a book. But I'm sure your book has a broad appeal throughout.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's philosophy in motion. And I think that anything in motion has that kind of in the moment feel about it, because when you're moving, you're thinking, your body's moving, your mind's thinking, especially on a motorbike, what's going to happen next, what's going to happen around that corner. It's the same, if you're jogging, if you're mountaineering, being in movement means that you pay attention to the present moment, and that gets rid of a lot of sort of rubbishy rumination and a lot of, the fear about the future and regrets for the past. You're in the moment because your body's moving and you're going through space. So you could apply that book, Philosophy in Motion, to anything, even washing up, I suppose.
Could I have a copy for my mum when you're done with it?
Yes,
Thank you.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, there's something exciting we discovered while doing this too. That the audiobook, I mean, I guess you could do it with a book, but the audiobook is really perfect for it. You can turn it into a drinking game.
Oh.
What?
Yes. I don't know if anyone's done this before. So,
You're asking me about
what's the phrase that
things that can be turned into drinking games, which should be pretty much anything.
What? It's kind of like Barbara Cartland meets beer pong.
Well, here's the thing.
Context, please.
The Stoic writers is talking about the Stoics, the philosophers.
Yeah.
There are three main ones.
Yes.
I've been learning this.
You've been listening to the whole thing.
Marcus Aurelius,
Yes.
Epictetus, and Seneca.
Socrates.
You said Seneca.
Did I say
No, Seneca.
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 Sorry, I've got Socrates on the brain.
You should read your
today.
book.
Socrates.
You'll learn some.
Thanks, Bill and Ted.
And so she
But-
references them often. So every
The
time
fruit
she
dude.
mentions one of the philosophers, I would take an imaginary swig and thought this would be a perfect drinking game.
But the thing is, Marcus Aurelius did most of the great quotes, so he is 80%, I'm afraid, and he gets mentioned a lot. So if you pull that straw that you have to drink when Marcus Aurelius, you are going to be drunk by page 5.
We were thinking of creating the Stoic writer drinking game and making the shot glasses with the pictures, images of the philosophers.
Right.
Come with a little bottle of what would be the proper
Greek. What's
alcohol?
a Greek? Ouzo?
Ouzo,
Yeah, Ouzo
there.
shots. Very cool.
Oh, no, I think Jaws brand wine is entirely appropriate for everything. So,
We
Well,
served her toilet bowl cleaner last night.
Yeah.
well, no, to be fair, I said, we're going back to last night, but I think it's entirely appropriate to bring it in right now. I said, bring something nice to drink. And so, I can't remember whether you or Louisa appeared with his bottle.
Well, here's the thing.
of
I don't drink
Jaws
alcohol.
wine.
So when you send me to the store to pick alcohol, I'm going to
No, I
choose
think you're the perfect
the coolest
bottle.
bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was a beautiful, like sapphire blue colored wine bottle with a picture of a shark on it. And at the level of the wine, there was the woman swimming. And it was. I enjoy
It's
it.
a work of art.
I polished that bottle off after you'd gone home quite quickly.
It looked like Gatorade in a wine bottle.
It tasted like Gatorade in a wine bottle. So anyway, that'd be a good drink.
So where does it rank compared to, say, Buckfast?
Oh, I think Buckfast is a far superior product.
So I wanted to take this opportunity to make a couple announcements.
Yes.
Next week, we've got 2 big events happening.
Yes.
2 big events. The first one is, this is Saturday, November 8th. We're going to be at the SFMC, San Francisco Motorcycle Club, from noon to 4. And for the people who haven't been there, this is an opportunity to come. It's pretty cool. You've been there, Emma.
Oh, yeah. It's an
Have you been
amazing
there?
clubhouse.
No, never been.
Yeah. So, the club is 110 years old now, I think?
Something
They were
like that.
founded 1904.
Yeah. So they're the second oldest club in the country, and they've got a clubhouse that they've had, I don't know how long. I mean, decades. And it's got decades of racing trophies and photos, and there's even an old Curtis motorcycle hanging over the bar, and it's like their own private like club. It is a club. It's a bar, pool table, couches, a little stage. It's really cool history, all wood paneling and everything. And so they're nice enough to let us use it. We're going to do a couple things. One, we're doing gear exchange. So we're taking all of the gear and accessories and everything, tank bags, everything that we have in the garage. We're going to take them up to SFMC, lay them out, and offer them for free to anyone who comes by to visit. Free. Take anything you want. But we're also going to be collecting. If you have any gear, bring it out. Just doing a gear exchange.
True gear swap.
True gear swap.
Yes.
Anything, take something, leave some. Anything you want to do. But I figured that'd be a great market to do that. And while you're there, you get to meet
and greet.
Louisa.
Yeah, I'm back.
Who will be there selling her books, autographing them, and talking about philosophy. We could do the drinking game there.
I'm going to stock up on Jaws wine, especially.
Yes, you can read passages.
Oh, my goodness.
then
Could you
drink.
imagine?
Well, now that they're recorded, you
Oh.
don't really have to read them. You can just play it.
We're still editing. Calm down. It takes a while. But yes.
And mind you, Marcus is a Roman emperor, and he had a fair amount of wine. So perhaps we could just make it wine shots.
Yeah.
That
No,
would
I think
work,
that'd be fine.
And we're also going to be cooking hot dogs.
Very good. So we've already established it's 12 to 4. Where can people find the SFMC Club House?
That is a great question. The address. So it's at it is at the corner of Folsom and 18th in the Mission.
Folsom and 18th in the Mission. Come out, see that. It'll be a good scene.
Specifically 2194 Folsom.
Okay.
Folsom Street. But yeah, great opportunity to come see that. And then on Sunday, I know Hector's going to be here. I think we're all going to be here for this. We're having Verge motorcycle test rides. Bagel, did you look up the Verge motorcycles?
I saw it briefly. I didn't get a chance to dig in it too deep.
You
But
would
it
be
looks
very
interesting.
interested. So it's a new electric motorcycle brand that is of the ilk of Energica and Zero. These are legit bikes. They claim a range of 212 miles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds very interesting, and it seems it's a little bit Tron-like too.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason I say it's of the ilk, there's a lot of the smaller bikes that have a much smaller capacity that are just more of like around town bikes, But this is coming to compete with the big dogs. And the thing that's amazing is it has a hubless rear wheel,
Right.
but
That's
the
pretty
motor
fancy.
is the wheel.
Right, and it's built into it.
Yes.
I'm very curious to see how well that works and how well that holds up in the real world, because I don't know how much that's been used up until now.
Right, exactly. But the reason you want to get the motor out of the frame is more room for batteries, which allows for the higher capacity.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and I'm sure it reduces weight too as well, because there are fewer components involved.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very interested because so much of what we do with motorcycles, you can get into the science of it and you can get into the mechanics of it. But at the end of the day, it's how these things feel. And I'm not sure having all that weight at the back.
Well, I'm interested to learn more about how the motor actually works, because it may be that they just have a few poles that are right there in the front part of the swing arm, which means you don't have this big, huge, chunky motor assembly, and it's like a linear motor that goes around. That's my guess. I'll learn more next week.
There has to be some sort of like a fixture that is attached to the frame that goes to the, what would be the hub, essentially.
Right. Yeah,
with
it
the rim
has
going
like a
around it.
truncated swing arm.
Yeah,
that attaches
basically
the-
very big fat swing arm that fits inside of the rim, basically. And yeah, it's very interesting. I'm really curious to know more about that.
Yeah, because you got to wonder about the unsprung weight and the influence on how that
Well,
makes it behave.
yeah.
And
Here's the thing.
I think they solved that problem, though.
Here's
I
the
have
thing.
Right.
an idea how they did it.
Well, let me just to that point though. I think from the look of it, there's not a lot of material that's involved, so I don't think the unsprung weight is going to be that great.
Exactly.
Especially not compared to a chain and hub
Or
and
a shaft
sprockets
drive.
or a shaft drive with
Yeah.
a case or a swing arm. That's that's probably more unsprung weight than that obelisk motor possibly.
Well, no need to debate it because we'll be discussing
We're
it
gonna
next
write
week.
it.
We're going to write it. And then they're going to stay and join us for the podcast. It's Rob Day that's bringing them here.
No, and Mariposa, I spoke a lot to Rob about these motorcycles, and he was
exactly.
really pressing, go ride them, like go check it
Yes.
out. I can't wait.
And this isn't an American company. These are the importers here in the U.S. I believe they're Finnish.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Estonian, I think.
Is it?
No, she
Yeah.
meant they were done. Finish.
Maybe. I know
Yeah.
what they're doing, which is really smart. They've got in LA, San Francisco, London, Germany, and somewhere else. They set up stores and they have a couple bikes there to do test rides, which is a really smart way to do this.
Well, if you're dealing with a concept that's entirely new, the proof of the pudding will be in it's actually riding the thing. So, yeah, it's very smart. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to plonk down. What are they, about 20?
I'm not sure the price.
Without
We'll find that out.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I can't
think so.
imagine them
Just for
being
the-
cheap.
Yeah, just for the battery
So-
capacity.
Right. So nobody's going to plonk down that amount of money for something that is basically unproven. So, yeah, of course you'd want to ride it.
And supposedly big announcements for next year's model, right? I mean, that's
Yes.
like-
So they're at EICMA announcing the new model right now. So next week they're going to be sharing all the new info that we can't talk about yet.
Okay.
Yes, but we'll be
Okay.
riding the 2025 models. But yeah, they're going to tell us what's new. So that's exciting. I wanted to talk about something I don't think we've ever talked about on this show, which is so amazing when you think about. I can only think of like a handful of things. We haven't talked to any drag racers yet, but there's so many like little niches in the motorcycle world. And one that I've been aware of, but we've not talked about yet, is blood bikes.
Yes.
And fortunately, we have a blood bike rider in the room. Who could it be?
That'll be me.
That's
Liza.
you. Yes. Not only has she set land speed records, but this is something that we didn't talk about last time you were here,
Mm-hmm.
that you've done a lot of other things on two wheels, one of which was you became a blood bike rider.
That's correct. Yeah.
Can you tell people exactly what that is?
Sure. So, blood bikes, Elisa, it's a nationwide effort, if you like, by about 35 regional groups. And what they do is they relieve our National Health Service of one of the problems that they have, which is money, by helping to transport blood products from hospital to hospital. So say a hospital is running out of a particular blood type, or there's a rare blood type they don't have and someone's just had an accident and they need that desperately. There's a blood bank in London. The one I was working with was actually Surrey, which is just south of London. And there's a blood bank there which has all the blood types, and we'd have to go up there, fetch whatever it was. Sometimes it wouldn't be blood, sometimes it would be plasma and something like that, and then we'd take it to the hospital that needs it, and this all has to be done really, really quickly. So, and it's all done by volunteers, and mostly on their own bikes as well. So, it's quite a commitment, but it's such a worthwhile thing to do. If you can imagine that every time you get a call, you're there to actually save someone's life, potentially. So that's what I did for a little while, and I enjoyed it very much. I also got involved with them in transporting milk products. And we're talking about human breast milk, which is chock full of goodness, okay, for babies. And what some lovely, lovely ladies used to do was, and still do, I believe, express this milk, and then it would be frozen, and then it would be taken to.
Are those the milkmaids?
Yes, I think that's what they're called here, but in the UK we don't really have that term. But yeah, we'd go and collect that milk, and then we'd whiz it over to a hospital that has was it prenatal, neonatal? I don't know what to call it, but it's when kids are born, sort of pre their term, and they're a bit fragile. This stuff really helps them. It helps them with their immune system for the rest of their life. It's not just to help them get through this little bump in the road. It gives them the foundations for a healthy immune system later on in life. So we used to do that as well, and that was hugely, hugely rewarding. So that's what the blood bikes do in the UK.
And blood bikes have to be, even though it's your bike, it has to be prepared to be recognizable, yes?
Yeah, so if you're using your own bike, we had sort of reflective jacket with all the sort of the logos on. We'd also have covers over our panniers, which would show that we were carrying blood products. They did have their own liveried bikes. They had sort of FJRs, and I had Tiger 800 at the time, and RTs, which were all completely liveried up, but we're not allowed to use the blues and twos, as they call them. So the lights, because I think that's something that's reserved for the police. Unless you've got
blues and twos, that's
all right.
Lights
so
and
that's
sirens?
Lights and sirens. Is that not a term that you know? Okay.
Well, the sirens are different. It's a two-tone siren in England. Yeah, and that's why they call them blues and twos, because it's two-tone. It wouldn't make any sense in America. So while we're on this subject, it's as good a time as any to
Nothing
dovetail
makes
in.
any sense in America.
What in terms of law, are you immune from speeding? Are you immune from reckless driving? So you have to adhere to the letter of the law. But the advantage for you is you can cut through traffic, right?
Well, yes. I mean, you're expected to make progress, but within the boundaries of the law. Because it's not safe. There's no point causing an accident on the way to saving someone's life. So,
exactly.
So yes, absolutely. We had to adhere to all of that. And just... a lot of my runs were into London at night, though, and it was actually less crowded. It was actually rather a beautiful experience going along the Thames when there was no traffic there at 3 a.m. So I quite enjoyed that part. But yes, all laws have to be observed.
Right.
I have a list here of the items that you may deliver as a blood biker. This would be blood, x-rays, tissue samples, surgical tools, human milk, spinal fluids, drugs, and documentation between hospitals and healthcare facilities.
No live organs.
I think they do that themselves. I don't think so.
That's a different.
Probably, more delicate.
Okay.
But I mean, each different region has different products. Some of them do other things like plasma. Did you mention plasma?
Right. So we have
platelets and things like that.
Right. So we've established what a blood biker is, and it strikes me it's a very English solution to an English problem, and that is of smaller roads and traffic. What made you want to get involved with that? I mean, there must have been. I mean, you love motorbikes, so that's smart, but. You just, I want to be a blood biker.
Yeah. I think I had a desire to give back because I've been so fortunate with all of my sort of biking career. Hadn't been very long, but people had helped me so much. I thought I really want to do something that both incorporates my hobby and my passion, but also does something good for people and to give back. So I talk about this actually in my book. It's about having a sense of purpose, and that it makes getting out of bed kind of much easier when you know you've got some purpose to get out of bed for. And that for me was it. It sort of scratched an itch.
So you're not allowed to use sirens, but can you just go wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo as you're cutting traffic? Is that allowed?
Well, yes, but it's a bit weird.
Yeah, and you can sing a little song to yourself, I'm sure, as well. I know exactly what you mean, Louisa. You know, when I lost my job at Seaside Superbikes, which was my last employer, I knew I was going to fix motorbikes, but I thought, I can do this in the garage. And why go through all this? And I found I was sort of in the garage at 2:00 in the afternoon in my pajamas, fixing bikes. And, and then doing stupid things like riding Vincent Black Shadows around the neighborhood with open pipes at midnight. And I thought, this isn't sustainable for the neighbors or me. And I actually very much like the structure of getting up in the morning, putting on work clothes. I've got a very, very specific outfit that I wear for Mototown. It's like a little cocktail dress. And it's not really. But I put on work clothes and I go to work at a normal hour, and it gives you that purpose at a time in my life when many of my peers have retired already, including my partner, who's long retired. But you need that purpose. So I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But of course, you got the graveyard shift.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it when I did it because, it gave me that sense of purpose, a sense of belonging to something bigger than yourself,
right.
Which is kind of like.
This is what's cool is that it's a volunteer organization. Now,
Right. Well, the NHS hasn't got any money.
Yeah.
So there's no point in trying to charge them.
A little trivia. Do you know where it was first started?
No.
1962.
Mm-hmm.
A little town south of London called Surrey.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That was the first volunteer blood biker organization.
Oh, that's really cool to know.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's where you were. I did another little search and found out. I was wondering, why don't we have blood bikers here? Now, I do know in New York City, there's a women's motorcycle club that delivers breast milk for people.
Right. And that's
But that's it. They're not part of the hospitals.
well,
But the countries that do use blood bikers, UK,
yes,
Ireland,
yes,
Australia,
yes,
Ukraine,
yes,
Hungary,
yes.
and Romania. That's it.
And that's
Well,
it.
You got one more?
U.S.
Really?
I found
I found an outfit in Southern California called MotoMed, and they transport organs, pharmaceuticals, blood and blood products, lab specimens,
Oh.
surgical equipment.
Okay. Is it run by volunteers? That one?
No, I think it's a for profit
Right.
because America, right?
Well, and so I think the commonality in each of those countries, each of the countries you mentioned have very dense urban areas. And
Southern California has famously, it's very spread out. It has a huge population, something like 20 million people, and absolutely miserable freeway infrastructure. So it makes a lot of sense to use motorcycles to alleviate that problem. It's a little different issue than the UK.
yes,
has.
it's a slightly different method to get to the same place, which is get things around
Yeah.
as quickly as possible.
So what are the requirements to become a blood biker?
Well, you should hold some kind of professional riding qualification. So in the UK, that would be the Institute of Advanced Motorists, what I am, and or the ROSPA. So it's sort of road safety organization.
So these are like higher learning.
Yeah.
And traditionally, certainly, I mean, bear in mind, I haven't, been involved in UK, the real motorcycle scene for over 30 years. Traditionally, these were taught by police motorcyclists, and back then, I don't know whether they still are.
We don't have any.
Either active or retired.
Not exclusively now.
We don't have
Okay.
any sort of commercial licensing for motorcycles. Do
No,
we?
not really. But I mean, if you
Oh.
you can take advanced training for motorcycling. But interesting enough, when you get up to a certain level in America, to a certain standard, it's pushing you towards track. It's far easier to get advanced track instruction than advanced street instruction. And I think that's largely indicative of the type of riding we have here. I mean, it's this fast...
Or advanced dirt.
Or advanced dirt, but it's competition riding. And I think that tracks back to America's relationship with motorcycling, as opposed to Europe and England's in particular. See, England, it's always been just a form of transportation, whereas in America, it's always been a leisure pursuit. In fact, it's referred to as the sport. You know, you support the sport. So it's seen, motorcycling in general is seen as a sport.
Well, maybe one way to think about it is in the history of motorcycling in England, motorcycles were used for dispatches, couriers during both World Wars, mail services delivered by motorcycle in some areas. So it's seen more as a service that is part of the infrastructure, whereas in the U.S. that didn't happen here. Overseas, we use dispatch riders and things like that, but not so much here in the U.S. So there's more of that mindset in Europe and in the UK in particular, I think.
But I'm surprised in like Asia that this wasn't listed, right? Where you do have a lot of scooters and
it's a primary form of transportation there, right?
Exactly. Which is interesting. So what other requirements? So you have to have a sort of a advanced license.
Yeah.
You have to have a bike that is
suitable,
like an approved list.
Yeah, that's right. Is able to carry one of the boxes, which is a sealed box. It's fairly large, I guess, 2-foot square box, something like that, and often they're temperature controlled as well. So yeah, you need to be able to carry that safely.
Now, aside from the ability to carry the box, the equipment, are there any power restrictions for the bike?
No.
So, strictly speaking, you could do it on a 400.
Stretch Busa.
Yeah.
Stretch Busa. A white stretch Busa with red crosses on the side. And then you could wear a nurse outfit. It'd be brilliant.
This is going somewhere I didn't expect.
What about your gear? Is it, you said just a vest goes on?
Just a vest to identify you with the sort of blood along the back and just a really high vis. But you're expected to wear all the proper gear to protect your body. You know, they're really very keen that you don't become a casualty yourself.
Do they test you with garlic or silver cross or anything?
Wooden stakes.
Yeah, they want to make sure you're not eating the product.
Well, I think for defense, you have wooden stakes.
Especially if you got the Type O negative on board, right?
Exactly.
No, none of that. But some, actually, it's saying qualifications. Some of them actually do want you to go on a ride with them to check that you, even with the qualification, that you are a safe rider.
So you're it. So that's it. You meet the qualifications. You've gone on your ride with your peers, and they say, you're in.
That's it.
Once you're actually in, and I mean, yes, of course, it's a volunteer organisation, but nevertheless, is there any form of regulation when you're in, or really they don't give a crap, as long as you...
Well, you have to meet certain criteria about getting out of your house, getting to the place in time where you're supposed to go. So there's that. What other things is there?
I was wondering how that works. So you're just doing it out of your house and waiting for an alert to come?
That was when I was working in Surrey. Now, I know South Wales do something slightly different. I'm not a member of the South Wales, but they only use their liveried bikes and they are kept in a lock-up. So that you go and collect them when you need them. So you obviously have to live quite close. But they didn't deliver blood. They were delivering mostly plasma. So it wasn't quite the urgency in there. So that the regions all operate slightly differently.
So let's go back to you in Surrey. And, we just found out Surrey is the crucible for this whole thing. So you're on nights.
Yes.
So the phone's going to go at night, but
Yes.
You might go a night without it going off. So you're just sitting and watching telly.
Yes. Yes. Or trying to go to sleep, but then knowing that your sleep's going to be interrupted, it's actually quite hard to fall into, the deep sleep.
So I mean, let's explore that because, I mean, ultimately, I'm hoping that somebody who's listening to this in the UK or one of the Asian countries, oh, I quite fancy this.
Mm.
So, I mean, ultimately, you get on tonight, and is it something that you have a schedule where you say, I'm going to work Monday to Friday, or I'm going to work?
Yeah, with this particular one, you had to do at the time at least 2 shifts a month. So they had so many members that they could afford to just say, you do at least 2. You'd go online, you'd check the diary, and you'd check yourself in on a particular day that you were free, or a particular night that you were free.
Okay.
And then once you're in, you're in. And you're expected to be on the phone. You ring up and say to your controller, yes, I'm definitely here. You can definitely use me at 7 o'clock when your shift starts. And then you wait and then see if you're going to get a call or not. If you do.
And so what did that look like before then? So let's run you through a scenario. You've signed up for the 1st of March,
Mm-hmm.
so the weather's still pretty crap. It's cold. It's probably raining. It's probably a bit of a frost out. And you know your shift is going to start at 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
on the night of March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how long is your shift going to be?
Till 6 a.m.
So it's an 11-hour shift. What do you do before then to prepare yourself? Do you try and get a nap in the afternoon, or?
Not really, no, because you just don't know. Sometimes you wouldn't get called out at all.
Yeah, well, and that was going to be the thing. I mean,
yeah.
you're sitting by the phone all night expecting it to go.
Yeah, yeah.
How many people are on call at any given time?
Well, it depends how many people call in, but probably between 2 and 5, I would say, from memory.
Did you ever have any busy nights?
Yes, sometimes. You just
like,
be
can you
coming
imagine
in, or
getting
sometimes.
like October 31st when it's a weekend? Like, oh, it's going to be a busy night.
Well, you know, I can think of something. There's any number of scenarios: plane crash, bus crash.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
anything where there's multiple casualties involved. You know, you could be like,
Did you had to have had this like adrenaline rush? Like, I got to get there. I'm saving a life. Don't speed. Oh, fuck it. No,
Definitely not, Liza.
well,
I always kept to the speed limit.
well, it's a slightly different scenario out there because, of course, it's certainly anywhere within the boundaries of the M25. There's so many speed cameras. You can't speed.
they'd give you a ticket.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because it's part of the instruction from day one. As you say, you've got to adhere to the speed limit. So, okay, so let's go back to our imaginary scenario. You are on shift at 7 p.m. on March the 1st, and, you know, you maybe had a tiny little nap, but you're basically, you know, you're settling down in front of the TV. Phone goes.
Mm-hmm.
What is that conversation like?
Well, it'll basically tell me that I need to go to a certain place to pick up the blood, right, which would usually be St. George's in London, and then take it to a hospital within our region, within our area. And it would just say how many boxes there are, for example, and then I have to write all that down. And then I'd take all my paperwork. There's a big sort of an official sheet document that you have to take, because obviously they need to sign out the blood. They can't just give it away. And then you'd be told where to go, and it might be a night hatch, or you might have to go inside a hospital and find the blood bank area. Stay there. Sometimes you'd have to wait because they're still packing it. And then you take it, and then you go hot-foot it down to the hospital and deliver it. And then you might get a call on your way home to go somewhere else, or go back and go. And
how far is it from Louisa's house in Surrey to, say, St. George's?
That would be about 35 minutes.
Oh, so this
35, 40 minutes.
Kind of a
At
hike.
a reasonable.
Somebody's going to die.
And
what are you doing?
So
Speed up.
that's the time they would give you.
Mm.
So they don't really give you time to gear up or anything like that. It's like
you'd actually have your gear on.
Yeah.
And,
It's called kit.
So you're sitting watching the TV with your gear on, except
So all you need to do is just pull your boots on and put your helmet on. Yeah,
right. And so that's it. You're at the door,
Mm-hmm.
and 35 minutes later, you're at the hospital and the blood's waiting for you. And again, they give you a specific amount of time to get to the next,
Yeah.
which is based on speed limit and
Yeah.
so on and so forth, but not factoring traffic, because traffic isn't a problem for you because you're on a motorbike.
I was on the night though, but they do run in the day as well.
Yeah.
So, that can be an issue.
And how do they communicate with you on the bike? I mean, do you have a headset for your mobile phone?
Yeah. So they would just phone and just interrupt you if they want you to go and pick up something from another place on your way home. So try and coordinate it.
Right.
Can you describe the average blood biker?
Okay. Probably, well, to be honest, it's difficult. There's quite a few, but probably between the age of 40 and 80.
This is what I'm getting. All the people that I've known have done it have been older people who are kind of retired, have some spare time. And
Yeah,
this is so
this is it.
cool.
Yeah. But there are younger ones. Yeah, there's a lot of younger ones. There's women involved. They're often, if they can't ride a bike, they want to get involved, they'll be the controller, which is another good position.
I can imagine a lot of the old DRs from back in the day when you get too old to be a DR,
Mm-hmm.
which is every day, all the weathers, running around like a headless chicken around London. You get too old to be there.
None of us know what you're talking about.
Dispatch rider.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
We thought you were drifting into Suzuki territory.
yeah, no.
I know.
So I should imagine it be an ideal career for a dispatch rider.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've kind of gone a little by the wayside now, and electronic electronic communication has really replaced them. But back in the 70s and 80s, dispatch riders were a way of life in London.
Mm-hmm.
And you could make a huge amount of money being a dispatch rider. They're all riding CX500s and riding like just lunatics all over London.
So you're not being paid for this.
No.
Are you getting any thanks, rewards, knighthood, anything?
There's a Christmas party.
Oh, I say, is it a jolly affair or somewhat somber?
Oh, it's quite jolly because we're all feeling, we're part of something bigger and part of something that does some good in the world. It's a great feeling.
Now, as convoluted as it sounds, I want you to try and explain to the best of your ability the relationship that an average Brit has with the NHS, because you're very proud of it.
Yes.
And really quite protective of it.
Yes. This is quite a minefield because while
I want this to be really from the heart. I know it's a kind of a politically charged statement, but it kind of transcends that, because I remember even back then how proud we were of the NHS. So, if you can kind of try and quantify that.
Tell people what the NHS is.
National Health Service. So basically it's free health.
Right.
You can get mowed down by a bus and you'll get picked up, taken to a hospital and get all put back together and you won't get a bill. Now, there are problems with it, most notably that they have no money. So the waiting list can be quite long.
Yeah.
Yes. So everybody loves the NHS. Everybody believes in the NHS. Now, the trouble is that there's the financing, it's the money involved, and that creates kind of like a two-tier system. For emergencies, fantastic service. If you're going to have a heart attack, you will be seen to. It's fantastic, and you will be taken good care of. But you know what? If you've got an ear problem, or you're a bit worried about an aching joint or whatever, you will struggle to get to see someone for quite a long time. So, and that is because all the funds have been put at the front end to the emergency services, and a lot of the other things just have slipped away, and there are long waiting lists for routine things that need to be taken care of. there's a lot of inefficiencies as well in the system, which it's just the way it is right now.
Right.
So yes, it's still very much a loved institution, but
I
nobody
think-
seems to be able to actually make it better.
Right. It's almost become a monster that's
Yeah.
it's kind of feral, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think the thing I wanted to kind of emphasize is how proud Brits are of the NHS and how protective they are of it. It's
Absolutely.
like, it's my baby.
Absolutely. Yeah. Very, very proud.
And so it's very, very easy
Mm.
for you to volunteer for this.
Yeah. Because you're doing some good. You
Right.
are, and you're helping them and you're helping lives, because then that money that they would have spent on couriers, private couriers, can go on new machinery, or more drugs to keep people going. So you're doing something tangible firsthand, and you can see that.
I remember hearing a show on NPR, National Public Radio. For you, all the Americans know what that is. Very recently, about technicians within the National Health Service, and they're investing heavily in robotics because the idea is in 20 or 30 years' time, all the menial tasks performed within the hospital, the cleaning, the distribution of drugs, the distribution of whatever, is going to be handled robotically, and you can take that member of staff out and use that money that you would have spent on that member of staff elsewhere. And that's it's all about redirecting money theoretically where
Using
it's
automation.
needed. Automation's going to be
costs.
huge. Yeah.
Well, I know you don't get a lot of things, so I want to say thank you
No, thank you.
for being a blood
thank you.
biker. Now, you may not be aware of this, Louisa, because you're still getting to know Emma, but she's done something equally as important. We don't have blood bikers here. However, a proper martini is very important, Emma.
Oh, yes.
And when the bar down the street from her house runs out of olives, they give her a call, and she will run to the store and get the olives and deliver them.
I will go down to Trader
It's very
Joe's
important.
and buy olives for martini lacking Americans.
Wow.
So-
It's tough work.
Wow.
Emma, thank you for your service.
No,
as well.
selfless. That's the word you're looking for. Selfless.
We don't throw around the word hero here lightly, but
Thank you.
Jeez, man,
Thank you.
single tear.
Unless
No,
we're talking
I
about
was
sandwiches.
wiping away a tear
Yeah.
from your cheek.
I
Did you see
I
that?
had no idea.
Yeah. Well, no.
My goodness.
It's. I don't.
Louisa, well done, but jeez.
I don't like to talk about it much.
Yeah.
I stand in your shadow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I wanted to take a minute and talk about other occupations that happen on a motorcycle. It was fun. We were out in the garage today making a list. We came up with a lot of stuff. So
Dial a hooker, and she rides on a stretch bruiser.
that's 1-800-BOOSA.
All right then. Sorry.
I wanted to talk, besides blood bikes, there are a lot of times that a motorcycle is the better vehicle to do the job. Now,
Yes.
a lot of times it is emergency services. So, of course, there are some places where doctors, nurses, or paramedics will be. And I think they have that also in the UK. Paramedics on motorcycles.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, they have paramedic services in
Yes.
the UK. We don't have as much here either, which is interesting that they're more likely to use it there. Neal, you found something interesting, a fire bike?
Well, yeah, and this is mostly in Europe. I don't think they use it here, but there's a company I found called Aladilado, I guess, and they make firefighting vehicles, and one of the kind that they make is a firefighting motorcycle. And actually, firefighting motorcycles go back to the very beginning of motorcycling because it's a way to get to the fire line very quickly.
How does it fight the fire?
You get there with a shovel, and you're right there on the fire line. Doesn't necessarily carry water, but at least you're there to get there quickly. As most of the time these days, when you think of Cal Fire, they got those big 4-wheel drive trucks.
So we're talking about building fires. We're talking about nature fires. forest fires.
forest fires, this kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, wildland firefighter.
And then in some densely populated countries like Japan and Brazil, they also use motorcycles for transporting firefighters / paramedics. So it serves kind of the both purposes in those areas.
Interesting.
It's getting qualified manpower to the scene in time. And so it is with English paramedics. I mean, a paramedic bike cannot possibly carry the same amount of equipment as a fully equipped ambulance, but you can keep a patient alive for long enough until the ambulance shows up with all the equipment.
Remember, Rob Talbot had a
Yes.
bike from Africa that was used to get doctors into some of the villages. And didn't it have, am I right? Did it have, it had kickstands on the left and right side?
Yes.
Because depending upon where you stop, there may not be sturdy ground.
Sure.
So
Makes
you
sense.
could go either side, which is interesting.
Yes.
So there's another working bike that Louisa is also involved with.
Oh, yeah.
She has no idea what I'm talking about right now. I'm guessing she has a look on her face. Yeah.
Not 1-800 Booster.
Deer
no.
headlights.
No. Friend of the show, Tom Medema,
Oh, yes.
Rally for Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember who deliver
Yes.
bikes to Rangers? Guess who has delivered a Ranger bike?
Yes.
Well
Yeah,
done.
This one over here.
Yes,
cool.
yes, that was 23. I went to Namibia with Rally for Rangers and rode around for a bit, had a bit of fun, saw some animals, and then donated the bike to the park rangers so they could protect the wildlife.
You know about this, Hector?
Yeah, I've heard a bit about it,
Yeah, it's really cool.
mostly
Yeah.
from watching her presentation.
Yeah, and they're delivering to rangers who are trying to stop poaching or stuff like that, protect the forests. So that's a whole nother one that you did. Of course, taxis.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk a
Taxis.
little bit about the taxi service in London because that was really where the genesis. As you remember, I was very, very fond of my PC 800 Honda, and that was the bike of choice for a lot of the taxi companies a few
really?
years ago. Yeah, they like the PC, and again, it was for people who were time critical. So a lot of government people, when they were going from office to office, had used the motorcycle taxis. And there was, I can't remember what they called it. It was something like, it was almost like a scooter skirt, but it was an all-weather bike and the rider was out there in the elements and the passenger would sit on the back and they'd put almost like a cape, which was part of the motorcycle around them, and it'd fasten around their neck and they were completely enclosed on the bike.
Like a barber shop kind of.
Almost, but complete. Because, of course, you'd get, women in skirts and heels and gentlemen in suits, and you're expected to look good when you arrive. And it was enormously successful.
And who was talking about? Someone was mentioning that there are some taxi services, I think, like in Africa or something, you can order for men or women. Like the women are the men drivers.
You're talking about the Boda
Boda.
services.
Yeah. That were traditionally for men, but then they started getting female riders for the women.
Well, you know who was very involved in that in Tanzania?
Is
Claire Elston with
Yeah.
Piccadilly.
Piccadilly, yeah.
Yeah, so she actually trained up female riders to start the first all-female delivery service.
That's cool.
MJ Picky, that was. But yeah, and she's just fantastic. She's promoted so much road safety wise as well. They used to go around schools and teach the kids about road safety because Tanzania is like twice the average death fatalities in road because they just don't have road awareness. But yes, that's right.
Another one we can't forget, Bagel, you brought this up.
Yeah.
Alongside the taxi, which really is there a difference with the rickshaw?
I guess you could. It's a 3-wheeled version, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a traditional means. It's individual transport. It's door-to-door transport for individuals or couples. So, I mean, you could argue it's a taxi, but, I mean, rickshaws are kind of standalone things. They're their own thing.
I don't know if you recognize, he's got one behind him. If you can see that, Louisa. Part of one.
Yes.
Yeah, there it
Look
is.
at that.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. From Pakistan, actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So rickshaws. And then is that what apes were used for?
It was one of the uses for them. They were also used as delivery vehicles, which is also another profession for motorcycles and scooters. In a lot of cities, delivery services use scooters and motorcycles just because they're very convenient. Filtering and lane splitting is easy. Can get there quick and they're fuel efficient. So
Couriers.
Oh.
I had that on there.
Louisa, how can we forget the pizza delivery bikes of the 90s? They were everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, they're still everywhere, aren't they?
Are they?
Oh, my word. Have you not heard of Just Eat?
Oh, well, New York City.
Oh, my goodness.
They're being
It's
overtaken
huge.
by the Chinese electric scooters just riding on the sidewalks delivering people's food.
Yeah.
I saw a video of like cops chasing one and tackled this girl because they're not supposed to be riding on the sidewalks and they have no licenses. They have no plates. They're these cheap Chinese scooters
Right.
and they're everywhere. But you got to get the delivery out there. It's kind of one of those things where there's a need, they're filling it, but they're also not. They're breaking the rules and the laws. I mean, yeah.
But they also do delivery shopping now as well.
Yeah.
So, you get your local Morrison's or whatever and order it on the app and then they'll just deliver, like Deliveroo, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yes, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
No, I mean, back in the day, back in the early 90s before I left, it was, the vision was a little Honda Passport with this giant plastic pizza box on the bike with like Domino's pizza on it.
Well,
with some spotty youth riding it very, very recklessly.
how can we can't forget MotoG Pete at Vintage Days
Yes.
on his Honda Gyro. He'd go into town and buy a bunch of pizzas and come back and go up and down the campground selling them for $5 a slice.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
think
worked.
he paid for the gas for his whole trip that way.
Yeah. Emma, you came up with one I've never heard of before.
Yeah, go on.
The tow bike?
Yes, the Honda Goldwing tow bike. So
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
no, this is a legit thing, and it's used on the motorway, and it's a Honda Goldwing. It's a big one. It's a GL 1800, and it's got the capacity to tow a car. And a Goldwing can tow a car quite easily.
Wow.
Yeah, because they weigh the same.
Yeah, and the best way to describe it, the front is very much like a Goldwing, but there's a cradle at the back, and it's got a dolly that drops down. You can plop the front wheels of the car in the dolly, and there's it's almost like a tent to protect the front of the car, and then poof, off you go, pull it off the motorway.
It's the second time today I've heard about Goldwings and towing. I was just on a ride today. A guy was talking about he has a Goldwing, and his ultimate goal is him and his girlfriend's track bikes, tow both track bikes to the track with the Goldwing.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Well, along the lines of that, there was for a brief moment in time, they were trying out AAA bikes. So, Lucy,
I remember
you don't
that
know what
very
AAA
well.
is? The American Auto Association, and we get AAA memberships, and it's emergency roadside service.
We just have two A's.
Yeah.
Just the A.
Well, and you've got the RAC, the Royal ones.
Yes. the Royal
And
Charter.
usually they send out a tow truck. But if you're just needing a battery jump or
Gas.
a gallon of gas, they send out this big tow truck, which can't get through traffic. So there was a time, and I remember seeing it. Emma, you were familiar with it.
I was, absolutely. They were using Honda NC 700 automatics.
Yes.
Because they felt that it was too difficult to teach riders how to use manual transmission, because they were plucking the ranks from motorcyclists. They were plucking the ranks from hapless tow truck drivers.
Yeah.
They were just saying you're riding a motorbike now. So they picked what they thought was the easiest motorbike to ride. And obviously these guys were pretty reluctant because now they're out in the elements, and it's all very well in California. But if you're in Pittsburgh in January, you don't want to be riding one of these things.
And I snapped a picture of one once, and it was a yellow bike, it's a AAA, and it had a guy in a tow truck outfit and a helmet riding down the freeway. So he wasn't even in gear. It was literally, here's a helmet. Now go out there. And it made sense if you just need
to a certain
gas
extent,
or
but
battery or something easy. But they discontinued it. But it's interesting that there was something that they tried out.
Yeah, nowadays they just send some flunky in a cheap car to either jump your battery or change your spare or whatever.
So
they don't even send it to
we mentioned Rangers, but we didn't even get into military, police, meter
Yeah, I mean, the
maids,
military has had a relationship with motorcycles since the dawn of motorcycling.
Yeah.
We've done a complete show on that. We've also done a complete show on the relationship the police have with motorcycles. It boils down to the same thing. It's critical time, and it's the ability to go where average vehicles can't.
Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, the Harley Davidson or the big BMWs. I mean, yes, they can split lanes, but for the most part, they're not small. But when you get cops on these zeros, not only can they, go on the sidewalk, go anywhere, they can go in between apartment buildings and not wake people up at night. They're stealth. They can sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother thing there.
Don't give DHS any ideas.
And speaking of meter maids and stuff, do you remember back when the meter maids all rode the Harleys or the Cervicars?
Yes.
Yeah.
How funny!
So a Cervicar, which you won't have seen, Louisa, is a 3-wheel Harley Davidson. It's a Trikes, and England.
There's one in this room somewhere on the wall.
Now,
I think it's over near.
Here's a bit of useless information for you. England had its own version of the Cervicar, and it was called the Pashley Pelican.
Stunned silence.
Yeah, they were also used by ice cream. They were also ice cream trucks.
They look like they have an ice box on the back either way.
Yeah.
Might as well.
And I seem to remember, who's the California chocolate people?
Wow.
Oh,
Ghirardelli.
Yeah, no. I know what you're talking about because that's the model I have here is with that chocolate company.
Yeah, they have the whole fleet.
Seas?
Yeah,
Seas Candy. Seas Candy had a fleet of the bloody things.
Okay, first one to find it wins a prize.
For Seas Candy infusions?
It's
just
in here
haul ass
somewhere.
across town?
Exactly.
It's white.
Candy emergency?
3-wheel.
It was a very similar service to Emma's Olive for Your Martini service.
It's behind Neal. Is it behind? I found a Cervicar up top above the Hunza license plate. Anyway.
My neck.
Anyway.
But Liza, you mentioned one that I was going to bring up.
Which is
ice cream vendor.
Yeah.
Which could be done not just in a Cervicar, but also in a sidecar too.
Oh.
And there were many of those back in the day, both motorcycles and scooters.
Oh, right.
Yep. And they put a big like freezer chest on the side and put all your ice cream in there and ride around town all day long making money.
Now it's driving me nuts that I can't remember which wall the Seas Candy one. I know it's here. So we're getting into some other interesting things. So we got that one. Oh, yeah. This one is interesting. Did you know for those bikers who are going beyond the grave, you can hire a hearse. Have you seen these biker funerals?
Yes.
It's a special bike with a sidecar that the casket goes on.
Yeah.
Most notably done by the Co-op. The Co-op.
Do they?
Yeah, the Co-op does a very good line. So the Co-op is like a British supermarket, but they have, I know it sounds bizarre, but the Co-op actually does, it's the closest thing to the Co-op. It's like Costco.
Okay.
So it'd be like...
Now it's getting weirder. What?
That's what REI used to be.
It was
a grocery store that happened to sell outdoor gear.
So it would be like ordering your funeral or a loved one's funeral from Costco. So you can if your husband, wife, whatever, Uncle Bob shuffles off his mortal coil, you can contact the Co-op funeral service. You're looking it up now, aren't you, Louisa?
Yeah.
And you can order, they've got all kinds of, I think they can get Elvis to bury you if you want. But You
could pretty much have a bespoke.
You can have a
anything you
bespoke,
want, yeah.
but they do a very, very respectful biker thing with, it's a Triumph Rocket 3 with a big glass sidecar, and you shove the casket in the thing.
How much for the weekend at Bernie's where they just tie the person to the back?
Oh, it'd be brilliant, yeah. Or, you could have like controls, so you can sit up
800 that's
wave.
got that big seat on it. Just prop them up and
do like,
So, another interesting one that maybe you haven't thought of, but Jim and I saw this at the Peterson Museum. In fact, this one was a VMAX specially outfitted for James Cameron's camera. It was a camera rig.
Okay.
A VMAX.
Cameron's camera?
Yeah, it was a VMAX with a sidecar that...
For what film?
Was that one of the Terminators, I think? I think it was one of the Terminators.
Okay.
But camera rigs, they use them for camera rigs all the time. Not just that, but even at things like the
Tour de France.
Exactly.
Tour de France. And traditionally, the bike they use, because it rides so well and is such a stable platform, is the Kawasaki Concourse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you have, Bagel?
Well, that touches on another motorcycle job that I had thought of was just the I don't know exactly what they're called, but the like the pace bikes for bicycle races. The motorcycles and scooters that ride along.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an important job.
Yeah, you see them with like extra bikes and wheels on them and everything, right? They're like a support vehicle.
Yeah.
I've seen in the forest, I've seen search and rescue heading out. They can cover a lot of fire roads on dirt bikes, the Rangers and full get up. And it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier with the ambulances or with the firefighting. It's not the equipment you can carry. It's getting the knowledge there quickly, right? As quick as you can through whatever terrain is needed. The idea is get the knowledge and the communication set up as fast as you can for best results. Whether it be firefighting or saving lives, or I guess those go hand in hand.
Yeah, and to get someone to the location as soon as possible.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, wild situations, usually something like a bleeding or a broken bone or concussion or something like that, and a person responding quickly to that can stabilize the person until they can get them out and get them transported to proper care.
Yeah, I was just saying that they did a lot of that in Tanzania because a lot of the ground just couldn't get vehicles to people's houses if they, that somebody had an accident or fell ill or whatever. They used to send all the doctors and nurses on motorbikes. Just the terrain. It's just impossible to get through otherwise.
Did you guys do organ transplant?
No, we haven't got that.
Organ transplant, different from the blood bikers, but they have their own. It's not a volunteer system, but
right. Yeah,
organ transplant.
So this is in the UK you're talking about, right?
No, I mean different places have it, but that is a service of delivering because that they really do need to get them there fast.
So this MotoMed lists that as one of the things they do is organ transport.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I read the fine print and it's non-human organ transport. So
what?
Yeah.
Oh, like pig valves.
I guess so. Or
heart valves, stuff like that.
Something like that. So they didn't. So there's some limits on what they can do. So they do blood and everything else.
I could branch out, and instead of just doing the olives, I could do the complete martini.
I was thinking you could just put the olives next to the pig valves, and pork rind barrier for insulation.
That's right.
But I like the idea of a doner kebab delivery service. So, if you find, you come out of the pub and your doner kebab's lacking, you can call for a better one and I'll show up and give you a good doner kebab.
So, okay. So another one, this goes in line with funerals and parades and processions, intersection blockers. Louisa didn't know that that's a real thing.
Yeah.
But that is actually a paid gig.
Is it?
Yeah, so there are companies that, you have to have this, like a blood biker, there's certain qualifications, and then you are allowed to go work for this company and they hire bikers to go block intersections.
And traditionally they're using ex-police bikes. So, these...
Are they legally allowed to do that, though?
Yes-ish.
I mean, it's very much a grey area. America loves a parade. Nobody loves a parade more than America. So if you are blocking for a parade, generally the police will take a very lenient attitude towards it.
It's a safety thing.
And, you know,
Yeah.
if you're demonstrating it's for safety purposes,
Yeah.
generally, you know, I worked with somebody who did that very job.
Yeah.
And actually, I hate to say he was killed doing it.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
But this was many, many years ago, and he was hit by a drunk driver.
But when I had my RT, a friend of mine did it up in San Francisco and asked me if
Yes.
I wanted to start picking up
Mm.
shifts doing that, which was kind of interesting. I never did because I had a regular job, but it's a thing. I have seen a YouTube video of this dude who's a known menace who has his own company that does it. So he's got his own kitted out ex-police bike, and he's got his outfit, and he's got his pepper spray and stuff. And the cops pull him over because he goes out there and acts like he's a cop and like pulls people over and chews them out for doing stuff. I'll let you off the hook this time. Like he's gone overboard with his authority. And I've seen the cops, like they know him. They pull him over, put him in handcuffs. They're like, dude, you can't do this. And he's like, no, it's just like, it's all legal things he has on his belt. But it's kind of interesting. But yeah, there's one more. And this one, a friend of mine did this. I remember she was in college and just was struggling and just needed to just take a break.
1-800-BOOSER.
Nope. And that summer, she just, on a whim, got on a plane and went to Australia and just to like bum around and look for a job.
It's truth.
And she found a job on a sheep farm that uses dirt bikes for herding the sheep. And they taught her how to ride, and that was her job that summer. Herding sheep
Nice.
Interesting.
on dirt bikes.
Makes sense.
That's a fun job.
That'd be fun.
Come by.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you think they do come by? No whistles.
That's all I got.
Away.
Can anyone else think of any that we missed?
No, I mean, I think I'm sure somebody out there listening.
That's exactly what this is. An opportunity to email us.
Yes.
Louisa, tell them what our email address is.
I don't know. You knew I didn't know off the top of my head.
motorcyclesandmisfits at gmail.com.
There you go.
There you go. Let us know what we missed. Especially, I want to hear from people from other countries that are more likely to have some sort of jobs on motorcycles that we didn't even think of.
Yeah.
I want to hear from you. Send us an email. But next, I want to talk about something. It's been a bit of a craze this past week. I've seen so many like news alerts and YouTube videos about the new Honda Goldwing, the Trike camper. But the thing that's weird is every one of these is a completely different configuration. And I'm like, wait a minute, cannot be real. This cannot be real. And of course, it's not. I've handed out to you guys just a bunch I just plucked from the internet. This is 12 different images of AI-created RV motorcycles. Most of them are Honda Goldwings. One of them, it looks like it's a Harley. So somebody's just created AI and are announcing it in videos like it's the new thing. And it's coming up. I get it in my news alerts, my motorcycle news alerts about just announced the new Honda Goldwing Trike camper, list price $52,900. Like they're even giving you blue like prices and stuff.
Yeah, I love the last one with the Honda logo with the with the weird stripes in it.
It's close,
like,
but
it's like getting the finger too few fingers on the hand. So that's a tell that it's AI.
But here's the thing. Here's my question. If any of these were real, would you be interested? Is this cool or full? Like, what do you guys think?
Oh God, it's full throughout.
No, but if
hard
it
pass.
was real, if they really made something like this,
You know,
What would be the benefit though of doing it out of a motorcycle and not just? I mean, it doesn't
No,
ride like a
well,
motorcycle.
what's
You
a trike for
You
anyway?
can't go. Well,
Yeah,
that's a whole other question.
It's
But
all the comfort of a motorcycle and all the maneuverability of an RV.
actually, I'm like, there is something that's quite appealing to Emma on these pages.
Is it the hot pink one?
No, it's Rupert Roughcut here.
What?
on the first page.
Yeah, on the first page, there's Rupert Roughcut in the top corner, and he looks.
Hey, he's wearing my shirt.
No, he's wearing a
he's
leather
totally
jacket. No, he's got
he's
a flat top. He's got a flat top and sunglasses. Very AI.
Okay. Now some of these, I just want to say,
he looks like a Wish Terminator.
all right,
Yeah.
some
He
of
does,
these,
doesn't he?
Timo.
Timo Terminator. I like him.
some of these have caught my eye, like this blue one that has, it looks like a nice little like lounge and bar in the back, right? I mean, I think it's kind of cool to be able to take a.
Would you want a
Lounge.
Harley Davidson Electroglide with 5 wheels, steps, and a double bed? Would you?
It's got this. All right,
And
All right,
it
let's
looks like
talk
it's
about
got a
that.
pop out too.
let's talk about that. Okay, it doesn't math. First of all,
Yeah, the math
of
ain't
these-
mathing.
So of these rather ridiculous renders, which one do you think would be the most realistic to actually build?
So, all right. Like, I don't know. Some of these are intriguing. Like, if you can have a trike, like this one that has this like the pop up
Yep.
here,
That's one I was
where
pointing at.
the bike is out in the wind, the bike portion, so that
Ish.
from the front seat on is out in the air, and then it's just carrying like an RV-ish, half an RV behind it.
It's got
where
a
you could
it's got
potentially
a
have
Weber
bed.
barbecue in it.
Yeah, it's
It does. It has a Weber
it's
barbecue.
basically one of
I'm
those
in. I'm
those
in.
pop up tent trailers with a motorcycle front end, right? And that might actually work because you bring it lower,
I'm
tuck it in,
right.
pop it up, maybe. But
I'm going to
That's
stick my
still
neck
none.
out here. The most I would like to see built, and I think perhaps to a certain extent the easiest to build because you could hide so much in there, is the grey one above the blue
Oh,
one.
that looks like something from Tron.
Yeah, but
Mm.
you could hide a lot.
It looks
under
like
there.
a bullet train with a
Yeah,
single
so-
front wheel.
So is that thing on the side for a rotary engine?
Well, it
I
wouldn't
think it's a
matter
turbine.
because you could
It's
put
her-
like a 252 stroke in there and just stick that on the side.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I really do kind of like it.
So the one that really confuses me is this one with the bump out. So basically, they've taken an entire Goldwing and then attached an RV to the back that then kicks out to the side to make it as wide as a car.
Yeah, but the problem
And
is
it's
there's
got
a
queen
wheel.
bed on it.
Yeah, but there's a wheel.
It's like a sidecar RV.
Yeah, exactly.
So you'd have to
like a
drag
sidecar
it.
trailer.
With-
Sidecar trailer.
Yeah, super aerodynamic. No.
And of course, if we go back to the pink one, which is quite a lovely color,
Okay.
we have side-by-side seating with
Yeah.
2 wheels.
Two wheels in the back, one wheel in the
No,
front.
no, it's only got 1 wheel. Oh, is that a trike?
Yeah, it's a trike.
Oh yeah.
It is a trike.
It's a
But yeah, side-by-side
Trikes.
seating, that's going to be quite a large vehicle.
Oh yeah. That's not small. And I don't know how those handlebars are going to work because they've got the handlebars in the middle like a
Oh,
motorcycle.
yeah, you got to
No.
share.
Side by side
you do
seats.
a linkage.
Perhaps you,
So,
perhaps,
so the passenger
perhaps,
takes the
perhaps
throttle.
you have a handle each.
The
Okay.
driver takes the clutch.
Let's talk about one that I think potentially could work. This Honda Goldwing.
None of them could work, Liza.
Hold on.
None of them
Hold on.
could work.
Calm down. This resembles the Survey car, in fact, that we were just talking about.
But the math ain't
The
mathing.
bottom left one.
Well, they're different panels for us on different sheets.
Have you ever
but,
seen an Earth Roamer?
Upright.
But what it looks like is It is
It looks like an Earth roamer, but instead of an F-450 in the front,
It
got a
is-
gold wing.
3/4 of a gold wing with basically an enclosed trailer on the back, much like the Cervicar if it was just taller and a little bit longer. And it looks like you could put a small just bed back there. And I kind of like having this little, like a bed. It looks like I'm behind a trucker, like a semi-truck. You know how they have that little bed behind it? Like that
sleeper.
extended
Yeah,
cab?
it looks like a sleeper. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a sleeper cab.
Probably gets like
attached
6 minutes a gallon.
to
That's
Now, I have noticed there is a ladder, which means does it have a rooftop terrace?
Well, why wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah, we're not animals.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
which means that Emma's Martini delivery service,
Oh my
that could be a
gosh.
destination.
Yeah, with a sitting spot.
That's right.
My goodness.
But do you think we might ever see something like this?
Oh, I hope not.
Some nut will build something like that. I mean,
That's some good guy
someone-
show
I mean,
somewhere.
they built those Dolphin campers on Toyota 4-cylinder chassis. I mean, why not, right?
Have you all ever
Someone
seen
will
that
probably-
Volkswagen Bug with like the fifth wheel attachment on the roof with the little trailer?
Yeah.
That's what these remind me of.
But somebody might take one of those Toyota Dolphin campers and just take that back and put a Harley front on it and
Yes, they
make the
could.
camper that way.
Yeah,
It would have about the same amount of power,
right. Yeah, 22RE is what, like 80 horsepower or something like that?
right?
Okay. So, true story. These do exist in the real world, but with bicycles on the front.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I've seen like people doing videos of them. Here's one called the Nomad Pedal Camper. I've seen, like YouTubers doing this. And that's what's funny is they exist with bicycles on the front. Like, look, here's a real one.
And I have seen concepts too that people have done with Vespa Apes, turning them into campers. I don't know if that's actually been done in real life, but I've seen pictures that people have created.
Yeah. So why did they exist for bicycles and not a motorcycle? I also
Probably because the stakes are lower.
well, here's the
And-
thing.
We probably get a lot
You-
less
there are
air
some-
resistance
there-
at the speed.
There were some very light materials you can use to build a bicycle powered camper out of.
Okay.
But-
Hear me out.
Well, yeah, it's just, a aluminum frame with ripstop nylon, basically a tent.
Hear me out. Take a Ural, which is a off-road bike, right? Off-road capable?
They have
Then,
the driven third
uh,
wheel version.
They're advertised that way.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Take the, what do you call the bucket off and build a tall mini RV so you could have a bed in that space. Just like a tall casket, right?
Stand-up
tall
bed.
coffin.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can have
Stand-up
a
bed, shower, and
camper
toilet.
for off-road excursions. Why? I mean, why not?
With a sidecar.
Yeah, but it would be a bed, an enclosed bed. That could be interesting.
But why? But why?
It seems like that might be a little unwieldy.
But
Yeah.
but let's go
In a
back
sidecar.
again.
Let's
Well,
let's
you
pretend
know-
Let's
we've
go,
never.
but let's go back to the Ural and say, but why?
But why? But
I've seen those videos of this guy hill climbing on a Goldwing and just shredding
Yeah.
it. So why not?
yeah. Let's pretend tents were never invented. Other RVs were never invented, and you just had to start there. You would still just invent a tent.
Because you can have more comforts in a box.
I forget how much you hate camping.
I hate camping.
Well, yeah, fire a note to Tepui and get them right on it. Or wait.
Emma, if
You know,
this... Oh, go ahead, Bagel.
Well, I was going to say, I wonder if you could adapt for your Ural idea. I wonder if you could adapt one of those, those rooftop tent camper things that they have as help for like
Yeah.
Broncos and stuff. You could adapt one of those to put on a sidecar if there's maybe a narrow one that's available.
That would
Well, they
fold
would-
out,
would
kind of
fold out.
origami style. Yeah.
Right. So it would fold out into a tent, but you can carry it on your motorcycle.
Yeah. Well, Emma, you don't like
camper
you don't-
tent.
You don't
That would
like-
actually kind of be a good idea because
Yeah.
yes, you could have it like fold out.
Oh yeah.
three
That-
sections.
Oh, like the
and
one
then-
we used the
it
first
wouldn't be
Misfits.
ridiculous.
There are no
Ridiculous.
good ideas here. We haven't, for the last half hour, there hasn't been a single
Hold
good
on.
idea.
Those campers exist that are tow behind campers for motorcycles
Yeah.
that then pop
Like the
out.
teardrop ones, or they open up.
So Emma,
Why don't you see more of them?
They're so expensive.
because why? No. So Emma, if you
Yes.
don't like these Goldwing RV, renders,
Well, no, I
and,
think
and you
it's
don't like my
No, I think it's a demonstrably stupid idea. I mean,
Okay,
look at
well,
it.
Hold on, Emma. You don't like that. You
No.
don't like my Ural build out.
Well, no,
So what-
no, just hang on a second. Just hang on. I do like the idea of the Ural because you could make it like Soviet era, very, very stark and very uncomfortable. So it could be like a throwback to Soviet era camping, which was a very bleak affair back
Cast
then.
iron camper.
Yes, that's the one.
So then, which
Just a
bike,
thing for the
Emma,
Eastern Front.
would you say would be the better platform
For what?
to build an RV bike?
The two should not mix. It's as simple as that. The two should
If you
not.
had to.
But me, no buts.
Stretch Busa.
Yeah, there you go. Stretch
That's
booster.
camper.
Certainly has enough
Listen,
horsepower.
you can. I'm going to stick my neck out here. You can introduce any scenario involving motorcycling, and I will give you the answer stretch booster, and it will be appropriate. It's as simple as that. Trials, stretch booster.
Ice racing?
Stretch booster with nails in the tires.
Can we? If I get a donor bike, can we try and build an RV?
No!
Because then I
Ooh,
might go
stretch
moto
Busa.
camping with you guys.
This is kind of a top
Turning
gear
into Top Gear. That's exactly what I was thinking. You know what
Yeah.
happened to the caravans on Top Gear, don't you?
Yes,
They exploded.
Who's Hammond?
Oh, those
Well,
were. Those
we
were so
know
we'll
who
have to
Jez
race it.
is. So
Look,
Those
just
are
because it's
so
a
funny.
bad idea,
Mm.
it's
Actually, Liza,
even a
you'll
terrible
I
take it to
idea.
claim James
Mid-Ohio.
May. So
Huh?
No,
Oh,
Liza, you'll need to take it
Mid-Ohio.
to Mid-Ohio and
Yes.
go on the track.
There is a need.
Oh, God.
Vintage days.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Look, this could be a thing.
I'd rather build it out of a Can-Am Spider or something. Not that I ever want
I think that's a
to
real.
pilot one, but
No,
BC pilot.
now, finally, I give you the first decent idea that's been of this comment thread in the last 25 minutes. The Can-Am Spider is a, if you want a platform for an RV, the Can-Am Spider's it.
yeah, you could fold it out like 3 times.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Like origami
Yeah.
on a big scale.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Louisa has found an actual one. Emma, can you describe it and then tell us what your issues are with it?
Oh, I see. So what we have here, oh my God, it's industrial, isn't it?
This is legit. Good find.
So, this has started off as nothing at all. So this is completely scratch built, and it's a home built camper, overhead camper thing. It has 5 wheels. I'm guessing it's probably about 20 feet long. It has a V8 engine, which always is okay in my book.
Yeah.
It's yellow and it has flames on it.
A bench seat
It does have a bench seat. It's got a couch.
and a chopper extended front end.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
actually, I mean, it's quite hillbilly, but it's real.
Go ahead and share it with the guys.
Yeah, so pass
So,
it around.
what's your problem with that? Would you ride that?
No,
Why not?
it's terrifying.
That's pretty
It'd be
cool.
absolute-
That's-
it'd be-
Somebody hacked up a over a sliding camper, basically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
built
Yeah,
this
no,
thing.
but that'd be absolutely terrifying to ride.
Yeah.
I'm not
Wind
sure
stability, not so much.
if,
yeah.
if
Well, I mean, the class part of the build is the dual rear axles.
yes, no, and I think
because,
that's
you know,
great.
you have to. And to Bagel's point, this does look like a Dolphin camper with the
Yeah.
V8 motorcycle, like your V8 trike front end.
However,
Mm.
if my goal was to go have a nice camping weekend, this would not be the vehicle I chose. However, if my goal was to evacuate my bowels in terror, that would be the perfect vehicle.
I'll tell you what would sell this.
Nothing!
If it
A
wheelied.
lobotomy!
If it wheelied. Come on.
No!
Now we're, okay.
It wouldn't hurt.
I got
All right.
one. I got one.
Also, perfect Sturgis rally vehicle.
Yes.
No!
You don't need to worry about getting a place to stay. You just park on the street.
Yes.
Never
It's
get
the
caught drinking and
everybody.
driving.
know
Liza,
what I mean?
remember up at one show that guy that had the motorcycle set up as this whole camping rig and his race bike and
with a hammock and everything.
right,
Yeah, exactly.
a little different idea, but
He was out in the elements. on
You're
that
all
one.
horrible people.
I love it. Well, look,
And
that's us. Americans, we're feral.
here's the thing.
God
Here's the thing.
almighty.
Generous.
There's so many of these news videos going out about these new bikes. I'm wondering if anyone fell for it. I have to think, because there's so many of them that they're getting so many hits. They just keep generating more and more because people are clicking on it, which tells me people want it.
how many pre-orders have been taken?
Exactly.
I think
Either that or they're just exploring how
Oh,
absurd they can get with Midjourney.
did anyone check Temu yet?
right.
How many people have been taken?
Well, there is an 8-cylinder Goldwing competitor from China that we talked about a year
God.
ago. I don't know if that's going to land
where's
here
that?
anytime soon, but
I can't see that getting any kind of type approval or emissions in America, but you never know. I think this, to a certain amount, there's a generation thing going on. I'm a member of a number of groups that look at historical photographs of England, dating back from the 60s and 70s. And so many of them are so obviously AI, not AI enhanced, just AI throughout.
Yeah.
And you always get this huge amount of people. Oh, what a lovely photograph! And there's this and this and this, and it's clearly something that never existed in the first place. And you look at them, and they're almost all sort of older people. So I definitely think, knowing that the Goldwing appeals to slightly more senior riders, I would put a lot of people who saw those things think they're real.
Do you think it's possible that the manufacturers have just leaked this as a very cheap way of gauging interest without having to actually build a prototype to see,
I can see the manufacturers. Sorry, Bagel, I didn't mean to talk over you. Go ahead, darling.
I was just going to say, I think if this was something from the manufacturers, the artwork could be a whole lot better.
a lot of it's pretty naff.
But I could see a feral engineer in the manufacturer staff leaking it as a way of generating interest for the donor bike. I mean, Goldwing's getting a bit stodgy and a bit boring. Check out some AI stuff with them being campers, and suddenly everybody's interested in Goldwings again.
Wow.
It's cynical, but I could see it happening.
It's the next adventure bike wave.
Well, if you
Hey, food trucks.
How many we're going to see in front of Starbucks now?
No. Wait a minute. We've been doing this all wrong. We've been doing this all wrong. We're going to take the Ural. We're going to take the Ural and we're going to do Soviet-era food trucks, which basically means that you pull up where all the food trucks are and you're going to serve goulash,
Borscht.
thrice watered-down gruel, and neat vodka. Oh, I think it'd be a hit.
100 gram.
Yes, how many rubles do you have, comrade? Oh, I think it's a hit. Food truck.
Russian food truck.
Russian food truck with a Ural. How can it
Food for the
fail?
masses.
Oh, you're just putting this on.
All right, Emma.
How can it fail?
Hey,
All right.
Hey, if you have a samovar with tea, that could be a hit.
Yeah, there you are.
All right, let's get to some emails. Emma, do you have an email to read?
I do, and it's a rather sad story from Joe V.
Is this one from this week or
No,
last
this
week?
is from this week. You
Okay.
just handed the last week ones I read were, so I've just folded them in half.
Did I give you that one?
Yeah, you gave me this one.
Okay.
It says Motorcycles and Misfits have received a new message.
Okay.
That's us.
What's the date?
The date on it. Oh, you're asking a bit much now. There's no date on this.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to read it.
Go ahead and read it. If it's
Yeah, because I already said Joe V.
Okay, let's go for it.
Hi all, I made a rookie mistake when bolting the left engine
right.
cover on
I did give you this one.
after doing some internal work on my little bike and pinched a steel bracket for a wire in between the mating surfaces, leaving a ring-shaped depression on both sides. Needless to say, it leaked a little oil overnight. What's a good way to go about remedying this, do you think? A thicker homemade cornflake box gasket to fill the gaps? That's a lovely plan. JB weld on the surfaces, ground flush. Aluminum welding, ground flush. I'm leaning towards the JB or the aluminum weld if I don't see an improvement. Maybe I should drink less wine on Halloween when doing garage work. Thanks for the ideas. I feel dumb. First of all, Joe, don't feel dumb. It's a mistake that everybody's made sooner or later. And I'm going to tell you a little story, which I think is really going to help you. So Monterey has quite a large military base, and these boys and girls come from all over the country, and a lot of them bring their motorcycles with them. And I remember a couple of years ago, I had a lovely young man come to the shop, and he was visibly very, very upset. He was actually in tears. And he had transported his Ducati Scrambler out from Tennessee in a U-Haul trailer.
Okay. We have two of those here today.
Right. And about 10 miles from his destination, he'd hit a rather large pothole and heard a big clunk from the back. So he went back into the trailer and found his bike sitting upright with a large pool of oil underneath it. And he kind of feared the worst and brought it to me. And I said, okay, well, let's have a look at this thing. And so we pulled it out of the trailer. And one of the peculiarities of a Ducati Scrambler is that the side stand bolts onto the side of the engine.
Oh.
And so what had happened when he hit the pothole, the side stand had gone bang on the floor and cracked the engine case. Now, we had a little conversation, and I said to him, now look, as a very, a legitimate bike shop and somebody with some integrity, I can't JB weld this. I have to aluminum weld it because that's the correct repair. And this is what it's going to entail. It's going to entail me taking all the ancillaries off and taking it to the welder and so on and so forth. And it's basically going to cost you a couple of grand. I said, however, off the record, I'm going to tell you how to JB weld it. And we went through the steps to JB weld this lug back on. And he's still riding that bike now, 10,000 miles later. So the key, when you JB weld something, JB weld is fantastic stuff. You have to make sure it's absolutely clean. So, Joe V, here's what you want to do. You've got two mating surfaces. You've got the one on the bike and you've got the one on the casing. The one on the casing is very, very easy to do. You just take the casing off, get all the oil out of it, use a degreaser, and then your secret weapon is acetone.
Ooh.
And plenty of it. And make sure that the area you want to repair, use lots and lots of acetone and allow it to dry and dissipate because it leaves no residue. And then once you've got it absolutely dry, absolutely clean with acetone, just apply a whoosh, and that is the correct amount.
How much is that?
Oh, whoosh, whoosh.
What is that in
Well, no, I remember when I was a
Is that a
kid.
metric measurement?
Yeah, and Mum would say, Emma, how much mustard do you want on your ham sandwich? I go, just a whoosh, and I'd
okay,
always
that
get the
makes
right
sense.
amount. So you just want to whoosh. JB weld, less is more. So mix up a nice JB weld, make sure it's a nice uniform color, just whoosh, and then block it down.
I have to admit that now makes perfect sense.
Right. And when I say block it, the best way to block an engine case, anything that bears oil, get a nice flat surface, piece of glass or a mirror is ideal. And lay your sandpaper on the piece of glass and do
Oh,
a circular
yeah,
motion and flat it out. Now, your engine case is a little bit harder because, of course, that's an oil-bearing case. And you need to make sure it's clean, clean, clean. So my advice to you, he said it was the left-hand engine case. Lean your bike on the right-hand side. Take the battery out so it doesn't piddle battery acid everywhere. And lean the bike on its right-hand side. Leave it for a couple of days. Let all the oil drain away from the area. Once again, clean with acetone. You cannot use enough acetone. Get it nice and clean. Don't get any in the engine because it'll dilute the oil that's in there. But clean. Once again, do a whoosh of JB Weld. How are you going to block it? Because you can't do the flat thing. Just get a little matchbox. Wrap your sandpaper around the matchbox and just do a localized thing. And I promise you, I absolutely guarantee you, use a little bit of grease on your cornflakes box gasket. Just make it shiny, just to help it seat. And that case will never leak again, and it will be as strong as the substrate alloy. But you've got to use it clean. You've got to mix the JB Weld thoroughly. Don't use the quick stuff. The quick stuff's absolute shit. Don't use the 5-minute or the 10-minute stuff. Use the proper 24-hour stuff. Follow the instructions to the letter, and you will be just fine. But the important thing I want to really reiterate for Joe, I think he's feeling quite sorry for himself, and he's feeling quite stupid, and he shouldn't, because anybody who does any job on their bike, even they make a horse's arse of it, are to be absolutely applauded. Because it's a lovely thing. And this is how you learn. You learn by your mistakes.
Emma, is that a top tip?
I'd say that is a top tip.
That's a top tip there.
If you bring your bike to a bike shop and ask them to do a JB Weld repair, generally they'll balk away from it because it's not the correct thing to do. If you're a friend, if you're something like that, that's quite different. But just as a customer, generally a motorcycle shop won't do a JB Weld repair because it's not correct. Is it a legit repair on a job like this? You bet it is. It's fine. You know, JB Weld is good stuff. What is JB Weld? It's epoxy. It's an epoxy adhesive material, but it's reinforced. And that's what makes it so strong. They actually reinforce the liquid to make it super strong. And so there you have it.
Awesome.
So good luck, Joe V.
Yeah, thank you. Bagel, can you read the one I sent you today from Matthew Curran?
Yes.
Okay.
Dear Misfits, can you please put a T at the end of my last name so I become Matthew Currant? Can do!
So he writes, "Hey team, I am an estranged Misfits listener.
Hey.
I converted to the dark side and have been listening to Phil and the boys for the last couple of years.
Well, if you like listening to a bunch of drunks, that's okay then.
But I am back and need some help.
Okay.
You see, now, turncoat. You see, you have actually found out that the advice given by any of that wretched crew in Cleveland is not worth a snap of the fingers.
We love you, Phil.
And when you actually want the nitty-gritty of how to actually fix your bike and return to the fold, well, I'm not sure whether we want you.
Emma, simmer down. Let him ask the question.
Sorry.
For the last 8 years, I have been participating in the DGR in Eugene, Oregon. Great group of gents. We call ourselves the Caballeros Riders. But I live in Salem, Oregon, about an hour north of Eugene, and have decided that the riding community in Salem is strong enough to host our own DGR in Salem for 2026. Last year, I had the pleasure of riding with Bagel and his scooter.
Nope, not what it says.
Oh, Beagle. I'm cut that one up to autocorrect. And his scooter crew in the Eugene DGR. It has been a blast and really fun to hear about their scooter adventures of the years. But I will get to the point. Any tips for an impactful and meaningful DGR? And could you pass on my contact info to Bagel?
Doesn't want to say that.
Yeah, whatever. One of his friends offered to help me host a ride in Salem, but I have lost that contact info. I also have a TU-250X question, but we can tackle that this winter. Runs like poop. Always your friend and supporter, Matt Yukon Curran.
Thanks, Bagel. Emma and Bagel, you guys attend the DGRs. What
I
would
do.
be your advice?
So when I was a kid, I used to watch this cartoon. It wasn't Magella Gorilla. It was Grape Ape. Does anybody remember Grape Ape?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Grape.
Do you remember what his best buddy was called?
No.
Beagly Beagle. But Grape Ape couldn't say that, so he used to call him Beagly Beagly.
Uh-huh.
He was a little beagle. Oh, I'm glad you remember Grape Ape.
Now, to answer the question.
Sorry, the DGR. So the DGR, what is the DGR? Well, there are still people out there who don't know what the DGR is.
Louisa, tell everyone
So
what the DGR is.
The DGR was formed, God, I think about a decade ago. And it was an offshoot of all things, of a show called Mad Men, which was a period drama set about advertising executives. And the one major character, and I can't remember the name of actor.
Don Draper.
Don Draper. Well, that was the character,
Yes.
not the actor. Appeared.
John Hamm.
Yes, there you go. Appeared sitting on a beautiful AJS from about the mid-60s, dressed in his 60s sharkskin suit. And the idea was spawned that every year, and it's usually held, summer full-time, that you would do a sponsored ride for men's health, and it's been for prostate health in the past and mental health, and you gather sponsors, and it's just a short ride, and it's quite fun. And
Emma,
girls can take part
Louisa has
too.
a question real quick.
Yes.
What does it stand for? DGR. I'm going through all things like dirty drunk driver or whatever it is.
So it is the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride.
Oh, I know that. I just didn't know that it was known by an acronym.
DGR.
Yeah, DGR.
Yes, that happened.
But girls can take part too. Famously, I rode the DGR, I think 7 years ago in San Luis Obispo in a blue cocktail dress, side saddle on a GT 750 Suzuki. So that was terrifying.
So he'd like to know any tips for an impactful and meaningful DGR.
So the best way I feel to enjoy the DGR is to really get into the spirit of it and dress the era of your bike. Which on the GT 750 was a 74, so I had this just ridiculous blue
like a pimp?
Yeah, no, I was wearing a blue halter-neck cocktail dress and white platforms, which is, I believe, was all the rage in 1974.
Yeah.
And I had my hair like ratted out like Farrah Fawcett, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. So embrace, and if you're riding a modern bike, because you can do it on a modern bike, just pick a period you're happy with. Just be as outrageous as possible. And remember, it's not about going fast. It's not about, the showing off in front of people. It's about having fun, raising money. And, it's kind of like a look at me. So don't take yourself too seriously. Ride safely, have fun. Bagel, what can you add?
Well, I was going to say, don't take on everything by yourself.
Oh no!
Find some other people to work with to put it on, and delegate different areas to different people. Like have one person responsible for planning and leading the ride, another person for coordinating the events and setting things up and at the different locations, stuff like that. And find people like for leading the ride and planning the ride, people who have experience doing that, who are who've done that kind of thing before to make it a good one. Because if you make it a good ride that people enjoy and it flows well, then people are going to come back again next year, and that's what you want to make as part of the goal, is to have this a recurring thing every year. Keep it fun, keep it mellow, but an enjoyable ride. Make sure people understand this isn't for like hooligan stuff and being being jerks. You want to
Be classy.
present you want to present a classy, put together image to the world. You want people to look at you and say, oh, these distinguished people riding motorcycles. Look at that.
There you
Pretty
go.
cool.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's a great way to describe it. It's a classy event. It's a very
It's a
classy
classy.
event. And I always enjoy.
Oh, Neal's got to go. All right, bye, Neal.
Neal, ciao,
Ciao.
ciao.
Bye.
Bye,
I
Neal.
Later,
I go all the way down to San Luis Obispo to do it with
Yeah.
a very, very dear friend of mine, and we always have the great. Do you do the DGR, Louisa?
No, I haven't done that myself.
Oh, you should. And
Yeah.
I mean, I know that in London it's probably fucking massive.
I've seen pictures of people in tweed and with handlebar
yeah.
moustaches. And,
Yeah. But it's ideal for the girls because I mean, I don't give a shit. I'll do it in the skirt and the heels. But a lot of the riding attire for the girls who do it, it's like traditional English dressage. So you'll do like horse riding boots and jodhpurs and a nice frilly top. And
do you think that in the spirit of my book, I should go in a toga?
I think you
Yes,
should.
perfect.
No, I really do.
Next week, yes.
I think it would
I
be
can arrange
entirely
that.
appropriate.
So laurel leafs around my helmet.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
gotta get period specific bike.
Oh,
Though.
you got to show off those legs.
Yeah, that's right.
We have chariots.
Oh,
No,
there you go.
I think you should just pick my favorite philosopher. And then that can be a theme. You could do philosophers through the ages.
This
All
year.
disposable clothing, so I can just change philosophers en route.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. So, no, it's a wonderful event. So get stuck in, lad.
Yeah.
Anything we can do to help you, let us know.
All right, Louisa has an email to read.
I do, but I'm not quite sure how to read it because it's
Just
So this is-
we read from left to right.
Yeah. Use your words, darling.
Yeah, okay. This is from Donald Lee,
Yeah.
a cousin
Donald.
of Bruce, I think.
Hooga!
Is there a co-op garage in the Bay Area
Oh, yeah,
Near-
there used to be.
near San Jose, Mountain View, Fremont? Is that Fremont?
That is
Yes.
Fremont.
Right.
Bill Dunn.
And then this is what I don't understand. The next sentence is, "What a great idea! I'm so jealous. Thank you." So it's like
I think he
once
discovered us here and is asking if there are any over the hill near
So
him.
the one over the hill is the one you are going to open. Because as far as I know, San Jose does not have a co-op garage. There was one in San Francisco. Is Treasure Island?
I think
Treasure
Moto Guild
Island.
is still there.
Motor Guild is still there.
Yeah.
And
There was another one in San Francisco that's closed, and then the one in San Jose closed. So I believe the true co-op garage that you pay to get membership to is Moto Guild on Treasure Island. And then there's us. That's 1 day a week, and it's free. That's the only ones I know of. And even the one down in L.A. closed.
Wow.
There's not many that I know of. It's a hard business to make.
It really
make
is.
money
And I think what's worked well for us, and maybe this is advice for him,
Yeah.
if you try and make a living doing this, as Moto Guild has done, you're not going to.
No.
There is no money in this. If you do it out of the love of the sport, love of the industry,
Yeah.
and do it 1 day a week and have a means of supporting yourself, like Mototown is for me, that you do during the week and you earn, and then you can give your weekends freely, that's the way to do it.
That's exactly why I read that email, because it's something I've been saying for years and years and years. Other people should consider doing this. Open up your garage, buy a bunch of 10mm sockets, put out some lawn chairs. That's what you need to start. That's it.
I absolutely believe that if motorcycling is to survive, co-op garages are absolutely key.
Yeah.
And this is as somebody who earns her living with her own motorcycle shop. I think the day of the giant dealership is over. I think we're going to see more and more.
Here, but not everywhere.
Not everywhere, but
They can afford it in other places. But
yeah,
here
but I think here, certainly in America, on the west coast of America, the days of the giant dealership are going by the wayside. And I think it's getting harder and harder to sustain a large dealership. I think small independent shops and co-ops are absolutely the way forward.
Yeah. So we have time for one email now because Hector is a stunt misfit. I have given him this email and he knows that to read an email, you have to read it in the accent of
You know the
Frau.
drill, Hector.
Do I? Okay.
So do your best, Hector.
Well, I'm going to do my damnedest. This one's titled New Kid on the Block. Howdy, Misfits. I'm Todd from Deep East, Texas.
Dang!
I'm a motorosexual. I identify as Brad and two-stroke guy.
All right.
I think you
All
buried
right.
the lead there, Todd. I've recently discovered your podcast and love the variety of your guests, topics, and misfits. Thank you. I'm now a Patreon subscriber and a t-shirt buyer.
Yay.
My ratio is 4-1 with an 82 Suzuki GS 1100E, 1985 Kawasaki ZN 1100B, 1971 CL350,
Oh, nice.
1981 Yamaha YZ250, and the one KZ 1000 drag bike. I'm converting it to a salt bike.
Oh.
If you allow me 2 questions. No, sorry, Todd.
Yes, what are your 2 questions?
Okay, what's the best oil for these beautiful machines? And turbocharge or supercharge? Before we answer the questions, I'm nestled between 2 national forests, and you are all welcome if you make it to Huntington, Texas. I have plenty of firewood. Jim would be happy. I know Texas does not have lane splitting, but you will not need that out here. Keep up the awesome work. Respectfully, Todd.
Thanks, Todd.
Sorry, Todd. I respectfully read that under duress.
So,
Well done, Hector.
let's get to oil first.
Yeah.
And most of these bikes are older bikes.
He'd be good at the DGR.
Yeah,
These
no, they're
bikes.
fantastic DGR bikes. So, I'm a huge advocate. Older bike requires an older style oil. So in all of them, I'd use just a normal petroleum-based 10W40, but use a good quality oil. I've done very, very well.
So not synthetic.
No, I don't think so.
Natural.
I don't think these bikes synthetic would serve them
Yeah.
particularly well. I think a very, very nice quality petroleum-based.
On something of that age, do you want to start using something with a little bit thicker or just stay with it?
1040. Because, I mean, all of these bikes, actually, with the exception of the KZ1000, the cams run in the head, so you want the oil to get up there quickly.
All right.
So, yeah,
And what was the second question?
turbo versus supercharged. So,
Oh.
what does turbocharging and super? Because it does the same thing. So instead of your engine sucking in air fuel mixture and combusting it and chucking it out the exhaust, a supercharger and a turbocharger push it in. If you're pushing it in under pressure, you get more power. There are advantages and disadvantages with both, and it's really a matter of taste. Dragsters, when you're on the drag strip, supercharging is often seen as the way forward because that's mechanically driven from the crank and there's no lag. And what is lag? Lag is you open the throttle and until the exhaust builds up sufficient pressure to spin the turbine, with turbocharging, you have to wait. So, if you're drag racing, probably a supercharger's best. Why isn't everything supercharged? Because it does rob some power. They always say to run a normal size supercharger, it takes about 20% of the bike's power and then you double the remainder. So if you've got a bike with 100 horsepower, it's going to take 20% of that to drive the supercharger. So now you're down to 80. But you double that, so you end up with 160. Turbocharging, you get more of a net result, but you have to deal with lag. Drag race application, supercharging. Race or street application, I'd go with turbo. And I tell you what, turbos sound so fucking good. When you spool up a turbo, there's nothing like it.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it's a matter of taste. They do the same thing, but in a slightly different way.
Well, there you go. you got your answer. Thank you very much for becoming a Patreon subscriber.
Oh, cool, yes.
Perfect opportunity to thank the rest of our Patreon subscribers for keeping us going. Thank you so much. Keep the support coming. If you would like to support us, Louisa, tell them where they can go.
Patreon?
motorcyclesandmisfits.com.
Oh,
Just look for the link.
why
that
do you do
says
this to me?
support.
No, I don't know. You know, Louisa, I don't know why she does it
Mean.
to you.
You can
super
also buy a Motorcycles and Misfits
Look,
shirt.
you
Louisa,
made
tell them
her blush.
where you can buy that
You can
shirt.
tell.
Look
I
how much you
do
made her blush.
Oh, God.
That's not fair, Liza.
Louisa, tell them where you can buy a Motorcycles and Misfits t-shirt.
motorcyclesandmisfits.com.
That is correct.
God
See,
damn
she's
it.
catching on. She's a smart
Or
girl.
you can still find some of our products at Zazzle. You can buy
Yes.
a mug with me in bed with a motorbike on
Yes,
it.
you can. Yes, you can. So go on to motorcyclesandmisfits.com, find the links to everything you need. Send us those emails. We want to know about occupations on bikes, besides like racers and that direct stuff like that. But let us know what we missed out, and we want to hear from you foreigners.
And as a favour to me, please write in and ask Liza to stop being mean to our guests.
Are you dead?
Yeah, I
I
think
can just
so.
edit that out.
You're not going to, though.
No, because this is when I say thanks everyone for listening. Really appreciate it. You're the best. Time to get out of here. This is Liza.
This is Louisa. Stay stoic.
This is Emma Darling.
This is Hector.
Bagel.
And we are out of here.
Cool.